You know it's good.
Name drop.
You know it's industry standard.
Oh, that's the one to go with.
That was really good.
That's a pretty good impression right there. Yeah, there you go.
Really good.
Somebody who spends too much time around top of Camera folks, whenever you guys are ready, we'll get started. Just give me the thumbs up. Good. Joe, you good?
1 second.
1 second.
Josh, you catch Furman, South Carolina on Saturday night?
I didn't. How'd it go?
Good for you, not good for me. It was tied late second quarter.
Where was it at?
Columbia. You guys didn't have the guts to come to Paladin Stadium?
No.
Play the
Last time I was there was with Pele. That's. I'll give you an indication. It was many moons ago.
95.
Yeah. Clint.
12 beers in the bag.
Yeah.
Rolled out the ball.
Clint had a nice last second free kick.
All right, y'all. We're ready to go. Whoever wants to start us off, go ahead.
Given the late stage of the season, given where Portland's at versus you're at, does Sunday night become the first playoff game essentially for the season?
I think you want to. Yeah, I think it's safe to say the last 7 games, probably both conferences. I think all teams have to approach it with playoff implications are on the line. I think every point is extremely important. Obviously, playing at home, there's more importance on us getting 3 points, and that's where the emphasis shifts for us. We performed pretty well the last 3 games, both home and away. Probably haven't rewarded ourselves with the points that we deserve, but it is what it is. I think the performances have been solid and trended in a better way. And when we come home this weekend against Portland, we know nothing more than 3 points is acceptable. We gotta find ways to obviously take away some of their strengths, but be hungry, be ruthless when opportunity comes, and obviously show a level of control and maturity as well.
Josh, how much have they changed since Gio was fired, or have they changed a lot? What have you seen? Any differences there?
No, I don't think there's been a ton of change. I think they've grabbed a little momentum. I think they were dead in the water against Seattle, and they did a good job clawing their way back. It could have been 3-4-0 in the first half. The red card gave them some life. I think the game against LAFC obviously is a good result at home for them. So they've picked up some momentum based on results. Obviously, you gotta dig yourself out of situations. And I've known Miles for a long time. I've known a lot of their players for a long time. So it's very much the same group. You grab a little bit of momentum, and I think results help give them that. But I don't see too much tactically that's changed.
Just during this bye week, how were you able to capitalize this bye week, and what did you kind of try to improve on?
We've talked in a number of phases. Obviously, there's a little bit with the ball that we want to give more discipline and detail to when we have it. Again, thinking about transition moments. Portland is a team that's extremely good in transition, extremely good in set pieces. So we've worked on that collectively over the last couple weeks. We spent a couple days on set pieces, and today again was about with the ball and obviously having good structure while you have the ball, because you still have to play, you still have to be able to hurt them, but you have to be mindful of what they're looking like when they're defending, because they don't always get 10 guys below the ball. So you got to be mindful of that. Respect that they have quality that can go the other direction, but we have to find ways to punish them when they don't utilize all their players to defend.
Health-wise, is this the best shape you guys are going to be in since the beginning of the year?
Probably for a while. Obviously, Jean, tore his ACL, and that put him out for the year. But Julio is back with us. He got back yesterday from Costa Rica. Leo's done a good job getting back up to speed. Matt has a little bit of a question mark from his hamstring from New England when he landed a little awkwardly. So we're monitoring that. But by and large, most guys are in a decent place to be fit for this last 7 games.
And how important was it to get that draw right before this fight?
Yeah, I think it was important, given what the results were. Again, put St. Louis aside, disappointment there. But in Dallas, I think the ability to grind and again, to create good chances while we were even with players, but even to hang in there and create a good chance to win the game late, only to lose it on the last play of the game was an emotional hit for our guys. Likewise against Seattle, pretty good performance. It's 1-1. We have momentum. Can you make the most of those opportunities to now kill the opponent, make it 2-1? And we gave up another late goal to make it 2-1. So the emotion of those two games, left us a little empty. But the guys fought hard again, grinded, and competed extremely well against New England in the second half. The fact that it didn't come till the very end of the game, I think was disappointing. Had we grabbed one earlier, I think we were in more position again to win that game outright. But the point was bigger than a point, as I said after the game. Then it gave a little more emotion to it, and even though it only gets us 1 point, I think the players felt more coming out of that game.
Can a guy like Julio, who maybe didn't have up to his usual standard going into the international break, he goes with Costa Rica, scores a goal with his national team. Can a guy like that recover confidence and then bring that back side?
Yeah, you hope so. I think anytime you go in with the national team, you're excited. You go there, and I think it's one, you're representing your country. It's one of the biggest honors as you can have as a player. So I think that he should have natural confidence when he goes there and coming back from it. Winning 3-0, obviously, it's a difficult second game that he was able to grab a goal. I think he should come back and feel confident about who he is and what he is, regardless of the performances. I think he would be the first to acknowledge he's had some difficult moments. We need him to be strong. We need Leo to be strong. We need the entire group to be, to be very sharp over the last 7 games. So hopefully, he didn't get rest, but he was able to get games, and hopefully that gave him confidence to come back. And obviously, he's going to be very important for us going down the stretch.
You comfortable with Leo going 80, 90 minutes?
I think so. Leo's gotten back up to speed pretty nicely. I think, again, he brings a level of calm and quality with the ball. I think defensively, again, he's got a very good acumen of what the game calls for and decision making when needed. And I think he has a calming effect on the group. So we've had a tough time with the center backs this year. There's no two ways about it. So we've missed them for significant times at different periods of the season. And it's nice to have Leo. It's nice to have Julio. And obviously we hope Matt can be fit for the last 7 games as well. And obviously we have Brandon and potentially Kip as well.
Okay. There's 8 games this season where Allison's given up a goal after the 70th minute. 11 points have been lost in that. So just kind of thoughts about closing out games defensively and what kind of things you want to emphasize.
Yeah, it's an important realization. I think we've talked about it as a staff. Some of that's run of play, some of it's set pieces. So it's in both of those facets that we have to be extremely sharp. And obviously the summer, this season was probably longer than any season. More competitions, which creates a little bit more traffic congestion. But regardless, when the game is there, it hangs in the balance late. It happens often, and we talk about being impactful at both ends of the field. And there's moments where we got to do much, much better defending our box. But at the other end, we have to capitalize when opportunities come. I can't say enough. We've created more than enough chances. Expected goals in some of these last 5-6 games. We're right there, if not better than the opponent in all of these games. We have to take those opportunities, and when you take that can give you momentum. It can give you confidence, as we saw, in the period where we did extremely well. So, we can't just hang our hat on center backs and goalkeepers when we lose games late. It's a collective group, and the more we can score goals, obviously, the better that puts us in a position to win games. But we got to be able to defend leads, and we got to be able to fight back and take leads when it's there for us.
Coach, a year ago on this day, Musa had the first ever hat trick for the club and primarily got the first postseason appearance, clinching.
Yeah.
What do you remember from that match from a year ago?
With Musa?
Or just the environment, the history of that day?
Yeah, I think against Salt Lake, it's always a competitive game, and that game, it was 0-0 at the time, and we saw some things in the first half. We knew Musa would be a great addition. Physically, what Musa can do, what he could do, and when he came in as a sub or as a starter, I mean, he was forceful. He could displace opposition, and around goal, he had great power. And I think once we got one, it was quick to grab the second and third. But you need these players that can come off the bench and make an impact. You need starters that can make an impact. But it was a great night, obviously, for this organization, and capitulated a very strong year for us. And as you said, it pushed us into the playoffs convincingly.
Anything else for Coach?
Get any golf in over the break?
I did. I got a round or 2 in there. It's 120 degrees. It's nice to see it come down a little bit. But I got out there. I had my brother was in town. He's fighting cancer at MD Anderson. But it was good. He was here for a couple days. So we got and played, and Owen as well, and Gavin. So it wasn't pretty. But it was.
You win some money from Owen?
Bad golf is still not a bad thing.
You guys know what you shot?
I probably shot like an 81, 82.
Good Lord, oh my goodness.
81, 82. Owen's
He's got
he's
81.
steady. Yeah, look.
We see the MLS salary player list, or the salary list. Well, you took some money from
Look,
Owen.
there's Butler, pitch and putt, and there's UT. There's some difficulties there, guys. You gotta be on your game.
Handicap?
I'm handicapped. That's my handicap.
No.
I have
You're
handicaps.
shooting 81.
I
That's
have.
phenomenal.
It's your home course. You get comfortable. You know where all the problems are.
Dude, 81 is 81.
81. That's
hit it
insane.
Look, 81s come with 95s too, so don't think it's all good. It's not all good.
Are you the best
No, I'm
golfer?
not.
Among MLS coaches.
No
are you the
way.
best
No
golfer?
way. Davey's better than me. Davey's
Really?
much better.
Wow.
Taylor Twellman's the best soccer player that I've seen play.
Okay.
Brandon Craig is very good. He's probably our best player. I'd say
Really?
Owen's in there.
Okay.
There's some golfers. These guys, I know they all went out. They had I think a group of 8 or 10 of them, they went out to Avery Ranch or Star Ranch. So these guys are trying to unwind a little bit, but they know they got a sprint coming in. So it's good to get off the field, get with guys, have a good time. But when you're out here in between the lines and Sunday night, it's go time. So it'll be an exciting finish to the season.
Be like an Austin FC President's Cup or Ryder Cup.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Those all sound good in nature. They're tough to pull off. They're tough to pull off, but we got enough diversity, and we can certainly make it happen.
Yeah.
We can certainly make it happen.
Arch Bell, probably the best media golfer.
Yeah.
So.
No.
We'll get him to champion that then. It'll be good. It'll be good. Phil, no golf?
Foot golf.
Putt, nothing?
Golf. Yeah, that foot golf course is cool.
That's it. Butler Pitch and Putt, guys. It's a nice place. It's a nice place. Keep it easy.
There you go.
Yep. Good.
You good?
Right.
Super. All right.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
See you Sunday.
Thanks, Coach. Back out on Monday.
What a word.
You missed
right, everyone.
the last couple.
Yeah, missed just. Was wondering when I get the chance to see you again.
Go ahead when you guys are ready.
Portland. Thoughts on Portland coming up? Big game for you guys after the international break. It's kind of finals time for you all.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every game matters at this point, as it should, and that's how the MLS is most seasons. Obviously, last year we had a bit of a cushion, but as you can tell just by looking at the table, a lot of points up for grabs, and it's tight between 5th through 12th place. So I think there's going to be a lot of movement between the teams, and we've just got to treat each game like it's a must-win 3 points. Portland obviously have the new manager bounce with their assistant coach coming in and kind of getting some good results. So we assume they're going to be an energetic bunch, and it'll be a tough game.
What have you liked about what you guys have done on the practice pitch the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, just looking at different variations of how we can play, things that we obviously need to improve on that we're aware of from the last little stretch in the summer. And getting guys back fit, healthy, rested, and ready to go.
Other than the length of time, was there any difference between this break and the break of the Leagues Cup?
It's the Leagues Cup was a funky one because you had a 3-week stretch. This is like we got back into playing for like 2 weeks, and then it was again 2 weeks. So it's just been a bit stop-start. We have obviously tried to play, a little in-house scrimmages between ourselves and keeping that game fitness, but it's hard to replicate. So the positives we can take away are that guys are rested and ready to go for this final stretch.
Crunching some numbers over the break. So 11 drop points from giving up goals after the 70th minute in 8 different games. So just kind of thoughts about closing things out defensively, just kind of things that y'all have worked on, if that's been something that's been emphasized in practice at all.
Yeah, I think the positive thing is that we've had a number of training days to work on, both the offensive and the defensive side. So, those are things that we've been addressing for quite some time now, and just looking to put in a complete performance for the 90 minutes on Sunday.
Josh was saying he thinks Leo looks like he could go maybe 80 or 90 minutes. How's he been looking? I don't know.
Yeah, he was great. During the New England game halftime, I was telling him just to play 90. Obviously, it's a bit short-sighted coming from my point of view because I've been playing and he's obviously missed some time. So it's been good to get him back, and he's been looking good. He's a really important piece that we've obviously brought in this year.
Is it the international break, or when you take into account the international break, what does it do for a player? I mean, do you like having it? Do you like having that rest, or do you like just having that consistent run of games? Just kind of take us into the mind of a player, that, having to deal with that stop-start.
Yeah, I think there's two sides to it, right? If you're winning, it's nice to just keep playing. If you're losing, it's also nice to keep playing because you can just get back the result quickly. So it's been a weird feeling for us in terms of the mixed results, getting a good result against New England and feeling like there's a little bit of a change in momentum, and then having the break again. So as I said, we've been trying to replicate it as much between ourselves, keeping the practice competitive, guys pushing for starting spots. That's all part of it.
And what have you kind of taken away from the scrimmages over the last week or two?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been 11 aside in training. It's still really hot. Still really hot in Texas, so I've been enjoying this cooler weather. But yeah, everyone was looking sharp. as I said, we've got majority of the group back fit now, which is really important for us for this last little stretch.
And does the club like feel that? I feel like we're all healthy. We're all at the peak of our health-wise. Like, do y'all kind of get encouraged by that?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that everyone's on the same page and realizing that MLS is funky, and these last 7 games, hopefully we're moving in the right direction. But there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in that Western Conference table. That's just how it is every year, and can't imagine it won't be any different this time. So every game's going to be important. I think it's 7 games left and a lot of points that we should and hopefully we'll get.
Have you seen? This table is. You say every year it's always kind of close. This table, like you said, 4th to 12th, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
It's insanely close. Have you ever seen anything like that before? Or played in something like that?
Yeah, I've been on both sides where we're missing playoffs by a point, and then where we're making playoffs by a marginal difference compared to the other teams like last year. So I'd rather be in the comfortable position, but once you're in the playoffs, anything's fair game. And I think that's the unique thing for spectators that watch this league, is that anybody can beat anybody in this league. I don't think that there's a huge imbalance, such as other leagues like the Premier League between 1st and 20th. I think that anybody can go anywhere and win. Home advantage is huge, and that's why I think it would have been nice to have pushed ourselves higher in the table. But we know that all we need is a chance, and we're looking to get into the playoffs, and from there, see what happens.
Yeah, Josh has been hinting a little bit about using more of a 3 center back system. So as a wing back in that, just kind of how does that test you maybe a little bit differently, and do you like one better than the other?
It's a lot of running. Got to do both sides of the game, but thankfully I think that plays into my strengths, is my engine and ability to go for 90 minutes up and down. I like to think I'm good on both sides of the ball, defensively and attacking, so it works for me. I see it as positive. I get to show myself in the attacking third, and also do have my responsibilities for the team in the back.
Anything else for John?
You guys have a fantasy football league this year? You didn't last 2 years.
Don't have a Scoobies about NFL, so I'm not part of it. But
Can?
there are guys that
They
do have it.
one, but
There is one
They
this year.
do have it. I am not part of
Will
it.
Bruin organized it, didn't he?
Actually, our kitman and Ethan Finley seem to be the 2 coordinators. To no surprise.
Do you golf?
Yeah.
I do golf, yeah.
Have you golfed with Josh
Do
before?
I golf well? No, but
Josh said the same thing, but he said he shot 81 after that. So.
him and Owen are really good golfers, and we got a couple good golfers. Brandon Craig's really good.
Josh mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple of us out in the range, and a couple of us got to play over these last little breaks. So it's been nice, a couple of days off, and getting to have that team spirit and cohesion and bonding away from the facility is good sometimes, away from the coaches and everything.
How many of you guys went out there and played? Was there
There was like 8 to 10 of us out there. Yeah, I lost a good bit of money, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't a good day for me.
on what, like per shot or per round or per hole? Or was it-
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
It was all fun and games, but
Who won money?
I think Owen.
Owen,
Yeah,
okay.
Owen's really good. Owen can shoot in the 70s. Yeah.
70s.
Yeah. Brandon Craig's the same. He's a really good golfer.
But that kind of stuff is good for team bonding, right?
Absolutely, we love it.
I mean, the tension
Yeah.
of practices and playoff chase and all that stuff, and then
Yeah.
you get out there and you knock back a couple of beers or cokes. Whatever. You're still professional athletes, but like stuff like that's good, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Exactly. Every good team that I've been on has groups that get out away from the facility, whether it's dinners, family barbecues. I know we had a couple of the kids' birthday parties, and pool parties, whether it be just relaxing away from the stress of this. Because when we come in here, there's a duty to perform and set the standards and keep those standards. Josh makes that very clear to us. As soon as I drive into this facility, I know I gotta strap my helmet on and get ready to perform each day in training. That's not just games. So it's great for guys to kind of let loose a little bit during these breaks. As I said, all good teams I've been on, your friends in the facility, on the field, but also away, off the field, and super important for the team culture, which we've obviously worked really hard to build.
Despite losing money.
Yeah. It's all right.
All right, y'all.
All right, see you Sunday.